Check. We're just checking. No, we got so much. We got so many. Hey, let's just start it while this is all coming in.
Let's go.
How's it sound? Check.
Ooh,
We good?
Juju bar.
Dude, let's get this party started, you guys. Episode number 10.
We got a lot of stuff on the table.
Double digits. Give it up, y'all.
Let's go.
Shout out to Gavin Price, world's greatest assistant. We got all kinds of treats today. Our good friends at Mine Right, Juju.
Waves water.
My goodness. Look. First and foremost, though, let's get this started. Where are these from today?
Mothers.
And this is
But it's a different one,
This
right?
is different. This is a super shot.
So what's that all about?
So it's got turmeric, ginger,
Bro.
battery acid.
All right.
It's on
To health,
ginger.
to wellness, to growth.
Cheers, boys.
Let's get it.
Go.
Episode 10. Cheers.
Woo. Yup.
Tastes like weed a little bit.
It was just a really good
Oh,
shot.
I gave you the wrong one, bro.
No.
Cannabis in there? Sativa infused.
That's
Look.
THC in there.
Thank you guys for listening. Welcome to In Case You Missed It. This is a little behind the scenes of what happens at the Dream Center, aka KASE Real Estate. This was an incredible week. Incredible weekend. Wow. Right? Like, talk about your birthday was on Sunday.
Sunday, yesterday.
Talk about going out with a quarter of a century of living on a very, very high note.
High
Happy
energy.
birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Saturday was a very high energy,
Yeah.
eventful day. I was surrounded by everyone that I love.
So
we
dope.
all got to share some, I think, incredible memories that we probably will never forget.
Yeah.
Yep.
Started off the morning, running in the rain. There was some unexpected rain.
Yes.
Pouring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it was
actually
pouring for a
it
sec.
was pouring. But shout out to everyone that came. We
Dude,
had
still
like
probably
at
had-
least 100 people
Yeah.
that still came and ran fully in the
Yeah.
rain.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an incredible experience. Shout out to all the partners that we had on that event that also made it an incredible time. Yeah, it was a good time. And then afterwards,
Before we get into afterwards,
Yeah.
let's talk about some new stuff that's going on as well, because we need to review what happened aside from the run club. Saturday was an insane day. But before we get into that, let's also share while we're starting this off what we have coming next. That's really important.
the next event.
Right? I would say that this is one of my favorite events that we do.
This is the one. Yeah.
This is the
for
one,
year.
right?
You know what's
Yeah.
fun? It's like holiday theme.
Mhm.
Families are out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, like this is a good vibe.
Yeah, this is the third
annual.
Third annual.
Porsches and
one.
Pumpkins.
Yep.
Porsches and pumpkins.
Porsches.
Wow.
Sick.
Now, don't get it twisted, though. It's not only for vintage Porsche owners.
Yeah.
If you've got an ill
Defender.
classic Defender,
Yes.
Land Cruiser,
Ford Range.
VW, BMW, anything,
Ferrari, whatever.
Ferrari, Lambo, like,
Yeah,
obviously,
something special.
we're looking to kind of host individuals who really care about the art and design and machine that they drive.
Yes.
Right? So much less about the status that you might think a certain car brings, and so much more about the culture and the love simply for cars. But we also want to make it a very comfortable event for families. You know, a lot of times you're at these events and, it just doesn't really feel like you could bring your little one there. We want to really make sure that people know this is about families.
Yeah.
So, the KASE Bounce House
Yes.
is making the first public appearance.
No way.
It's only been set up at our house so far, so as long as we got good weather,
Where are you gonna put that? It's huge.
it's huge. It's massive. We'll figure it out. And it's going to be a really good time.
Face painting, pumpkin carving.
Pumpkins inside the office, right?
Yes.
Come on.
Everyone's invited. That's in 2 weeks.
October the 14th,
Yeah, that's gonna be a great time.
8 a.m. KP, anything else to let people know? We working on anything special for that? This is really like KP's time to shine right here.
Putting me on the spot, special.
That's it, dude.
That's all. I mean, the whole
Food?
thing
We
is-
got food? Can we get
got
Cruz to
food.
come through again?
Yeah, donuts.
Yo, the
Yeah.
food
Oh my
at the
God.
Run Club?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had
Shout out to Cruz.
Pretty Ugly Hospitality doing their little pop-up, and that was insane. And this pork belly taco.
Yeah, that was good.
My gosh.
Yeah, the funniest moment was like I ordered 2 tacos, right? Like the pork belly ones are already sold out.
Yep.
And so there was the breakfast one and then
Yeah.
there was a potato one.
Yeah, they
And I
were
was
really
hungry.
good. They were good.
I was
too.
starving. And
Uh-huh.
so I shared my breakfast one with somebody, probably wifey. And then I had the potato one was I was ready to go into. Justin comes up to me and I was like, bro, these are crazy. You want to try it? So he's like, yeah. And so he starts trying it. And I'm just watching him, takes one big bite. I'm
He's
"Oh,
like,
this stuff-"
damn, this is good.
And then he takes another bite.
I thought it was mine.
And then-
I thought you were
and
like,
then
have
before
it.
I know it, there was like one little, and I'm just watching it like dwindle down. I was like, "Hey, bro, I kind of wanted it."
But we got you hooked
No,
up
we
after.
took care of me. Yeah, I probably didn't need it.
It was
All right,
good though.
look.
It's cool though, I think, to see our agents, right? It's Erica and her fiance start a brand like that out of nothing, and it's like,
Yes.
how many real estate companies are out there where it's like, we're not a fitness company. We started a run club.
Pretty fit company though.
Pretty fit. I would
Yeah.
say we're probably the healthiest real estate
Think
company.
so?
I would say
Oh
so.
damn,
I mean, if we're gonna go, I
throwing
mean,
shots. Might have another fight night coming
I
after
think
that.
if there's anyone else that thinks they're more healthy than us, they can say something.
Okay.
They can say something.
Okay.
They're not, we got Team Fit in San Francisco. They're cool.
Yes.
But
Yes.
anyone else that has like a heavy fitness motive, I haven't seen them.
This
Not
large.
just not just fitness, but also health.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you. I like that.
You know?
I like where the future of this company is going.
Let's go.
So, but no, the thing when I think about Erica and her man too, it's like they have game, right? Again, one of the reasons why we have things like Run Club, the Fight Night, Porsches and Pumpkins is we're simply big on inspiration and doing things that are authentic to us. Like we were talking about, we would be running on a Saturday anyways. We're
Yeah.
inspired by boxing anyways. We're inspired by cars anyways. So
Yeah.
it's like we're not trying to do anything else besides what we're really inspired to do.
A lot of these events actually were things that took place prior to them
Yeah.
actually becoming
Yeah.
events. Like we would run together a lot as a crew, and we had the greatest conversations. We thought of the greatest ideas. We created very meaningful relationships
Yeah.
with the people that were there. So we're like, why not just invite a few more people
So
to come?
dope.
And now it's becoming an incredible community
Yeah.
in all kinds of different ways. So
Look, all I gotta say is number 4, KASE Run Club number 4.
Yo.
Put it on your schedule. What is the day? What is the day it actually lands on? That's Saturday.
Last
because
Saturday of
we
October.
actually might have to tweak the dates a bit this month because I'm
What?
going to be gone.
what?
That last, so we might have
The
to do
29th?
It might have to be the 21st.
What? Hey, listen. Stay tuned. As you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see, we create these things on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the 21st. I might be gone too. We're learning a lot at this very
Oh
moment.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
We'll figure it out.
We're gonna figure it
We'll
out, but
figure
number
it out.
4 is gonna be the craziest.
All we know
one.
is that it is costume themed.
Yes.
Oh, we're
Our
running
intention is
costumes.
we want a
Yeah,
couple
man.
hundred crazy people in costumes
Yes.
running down
We
Broadway.
get one of those
It's gonna be-
inflatable
it's gonna be
dinosaur
be
things.
So
Yeah, it's
fun.
gonna be lit.
Banana
Yeah.
suit.
It's gonna be lit.
Dinosaur suit.
Super Mario Brothers,
You know what I mean?
ninjas, Street Fighter characters, Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger.
Yeah, it'll be
It's gonna
good.
be that one scene in.
Dude, it's gonna be crazy.
This is 40 when he goes
Oh,
streaking.
yes, dude. All right, so let's talk about what was definitely one of the most eventful situations, events we've ever had here at KASE. This was crazy. We hosted our very first KASE Fight Night. Oh my goodness.
That
It was insane.
It was
That
insane.
nuts.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
It
I lost
was
my mind a little bit. I wasn't able to speak yesterday. I screamed too much the night before. Like my voice was gone.
Yeah, it was wild. And it was interesting. Like obviously we do a lot of posts. I had somebody leave a comment, and of course it's like the one comment where you're like, what? What's that all about? But I get it though, the perspective. If you're just looking at it from the outside in, somebody commented, I don't see what's positive about this, right? And what I commented back was that for both of the fighters, it was probably one of the most positive things they've ever experienced because there was no ill will, there was no bad blood.
No,
they're
hugging
both
it out before and
inspired
after.
about the sport, right?
Yeah.
This is a sport just like anything else, and
Absolutely.
it's a difficult sport that in order to win requires discipline, commitment, and I think that, you know, and speaking to even both of their families, like Kyle's parents were there, Kev's parents were, you know, I got to meet his family, sister, uncles, and I got to hang and connect with Kyle's brother. Like, for them to see the dedication that they both had, and how, of course, no one's starting a career in fighting over here after this, I don't think.
Yeah.
But who this is going to take them to become into their actual careers of agents. It was legendary.
It was
both got
amazing.
fit too.
They both got in shape.
crazy fit.
So without further ado, I say we just bring them both up. We need to have a post-fight recap. Give
Dude.
it up. Make
Let's
some noise.
go.
We
Bring
got them
these
both
guys
here
up
in the
here.
building.
Let's
Kev
go.
Vigil, Kyle Wade, sit here with us. You guys just Justin, Eli, sit here. Let's get all these chair situation figured out. You guys sit right there. Yeah. Just bring the chairs in. Woo, hey, you guys, can we please make some noise for these two individuals right here?
Oh yeah, I'll go on the other side.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because make sure their mics are good.
So tight.
All right, so let's get a little recap. I don't even know where to begin. How did this all start? Did you come up with the idea? Did you come up with the idea?
I think Kyle did.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
it was really random. I was in Europe with Nick and we're chilling. I was like,
There you go.
it'd be kind of fun
You started
and a
everything
challenge.
back.
I was like, I need a challenge. Like a physical challenge.
Yeah.
And a mental challenge. I was like, I like boxing.
Yeah.
I like boxing. I want to see how
Well,
good
and
I
you
can
see
get.
us take on certain things, right? You're
Right.
surrounded by people who commit to things like the Ironman
Yeah.
race, like $10,000 on the line to who could get the most in
Yup.
shape. Marathon runners,
Yeah.
right?
And
You
what-
don't need to lose weight like that.
Nah.
You're not really that into running.
Nah.
And so why boxing?
So, well, I look at what you guys do. It's inspiring, right? The Ironmans, the training. I see how much it improves your guys' life and your well-being. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I want to be on that same level of fitness, right?
Yeah.
I love sports, but I can't necessarily get motivated to train for an Ironman. But I do like competitive sports.
Right.
And I do get driven by that competitive nature. So I was like, let me throw my hat over the fence and let me train and dedicate myself to boxing for a
Okay.
month or two.
Okay.
And let me just see how much I can test myself.
Yeah,
Instead of
man.
an Ironman, let me dive into boxing. So that was my thing.
It was really fun from the outside perspective. Like, so much of it, like, right away, it just was a gigantic distraction to all of our threads because it was like, who's the fight? It was just
Yeah,
like, it took over everything because it's such a crazy commitment
Yeah.
that all of a sudden there's different people committing. It's like, well, remember that one day I had like 3 people over my house just to
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
see the stance?
Yep.
Right? And so, from an outside perspective, at what point were you like, man, I kind of want to get in on this?
I think it's just when you called me.
Yeah.
You called me and I was like, yo, like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I'd be boxing in front of a lot of people. So
Right.
when you called me, I was like, bro,
That's so random.
this is just
Alright.
too crazy.
Yeah.
We got you trapped in a room. We need to know. Because I'll tell you right now, bro. Eli calls me during the fight, right before the fight. He goes, Dad, you need to go in that room. Because I know you as Lil Kev,
Yeah.
Baby Kev, right? Been around the crew for a while. Never seen you out and about at the beach or pool. You know, so I don't know what you're working with here. So he hits me up. He goes, go in that room. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Go in the room.
They were getting prepped in each bathroom.
Yes. Thank you.
At the gym.
I go in the room, and it is an absolute chaos. You got the Mexican flag. There was mariachis in there. I think I saw chickens flying around. You guys were like shooting. You had the hat on, bro. You were like ripped
Yeah.
and sweating, ready to go. And I think I saw fire in your actual eyeballs, bro. But then the game that I was watching, I was like, there's no way he's never fought before. So tell us about, real deal, tell us about your boxing experience.
So that was, So.
No, I mean like overall in life.
Oh, in
like,
life.
What kind of boxing experience did you have before this training?
Before that, it was just inconsistent boxing here and there. Mitt work, cardio, running, but nothing crazy.
You're not part of an underground.
No,
illegal
definitely not.
street
No,
thing?
definitely not.
It felt like it.
No.
Okay, let me ask you this. How many real fights have you been in life?
7.
7?
Oh,
Seven.
God, damn, that's a lot of
Yeah,
fights.
Yeah, 7 for sure.
We didn't know that.
Okay,
And it was-
I wouldn't have put my Gucci jacket up had I known you've been in. Now, what kind of fights were these?
Just high school fights.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was funny because fight night was a funny day for me because a year ago on fight night, I got into my last fight. I got pepper sprayed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was in K-Town on a date, and I just see this dude on a bike just cruise by quick, stops right in front of me, and then he just starts talking ish. And then I was like, yo, just leave, bro.
Yeah.
Homie goes down the street and then comes back walking. And I got mad at that point. I walked towards him, pepper sprays me.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yo, this is uncalled for.
Yeah.
And then I was about to wipe off the pepper spray off my face, and survival mode kicked in.
Okay.
I was like, yo, like, dude's gonna come at me. Sure enough,
Yeah.
he did. Popped him on the face, dropped him, got on top of him, just started hitting him, and he was begging me to stop. He's like, I learned my lesson. I kept going.
Yeah.
I
You really
Stop
should have done a
firing
little
him,
more research on
I
it.
didn't feel nothing during that moment.
Okay.
I stood up, everything just started kicking in. I had boogers just crying.
Wow.
And
I remember hearing about
Yeah,
this.
and like I was like, I can barely see.
Something. Yeah, my bad.
I can barely see. Homie took out a knife out on me.
See?
Yeah, that was crazy. I had my backpack with me. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, what do I do? So he was walking towards me, and I would walk towards him, and he'd be backing up because he was scared of me. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna grab my backpack, throw it at him, tackle him down, and just beat him up.
Yeah.
And he was just claiming like different gangs, and I was like, yo, this is such a crazy night.
That's wild.
Wow, so
Man.
it's exactly 1 year before.
Exactly, September 30th. Yeah.
You know what created a lot of confidence as well for me? Obviously, we had 2 different camps. You had your camp, KASE LA, and then of course I got to rep my boy. This is KASE OC, this is Sturtevant group.
Yeah.
Nobody was really putting money up. Bro, I was trying to bet anybody. I tried to
Yeah,
bet
no.
Alex from Boxing Lab a G. Nope. Jay put up $100. I would have bet my car. You know, I called because you know the text threads were kind of getting a little
Yeah,
heated.
they
So
were.
I just called Kyle. What day was it? The day of the fight.
Day of the fight, yeah.
I said, yo, how certain are you, bro? He goes, oh, I know. I'm like, cool. I called Gavin, and I was like, Gavin, take some cash out of the bank, da-da-da-da. And nobody was down, right? They weren't they weren't
Nobody was
believing in the
down.
kid.
Nah, they weren't down.
Thank God. All I lost was
It
a
was
jacket
crazy.
and $100. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, Alana got a notification on Chase. 'Cause obviously, we share bank accounts. And she goes, why are you trying to take this much money out? And I was like, I needed it for something.
that-
She's like, you are not making any bets.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, listen, it was incredible to watch.
That's
Once
fun.
again, hats off, man. All right, so I hit you guys up yesterday. This podcast is obviously about real estate news and things like that, but today we're just going to kind of change it up because the reality is how you perform and operate in life in one area is how you operate everywhere, no matter what industry that you're in. And so I saw an incredible achievement from you both. You won, and you guys both won, though, man. Like, to see, you know, and watching the recap, it was like you just got more hits in. You got some hits in, but
It was a good fight.
It was
It was
really
a-
good.
it was a-
It was
it was-
great.
it was
It was a challenge in there
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was a
so
challenge.
I've had some great conversations with you both after the fight and figured, you know what, I want you guys to share some of your top 3, 4, 5 things that you learned through the experience of the fight. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So let's both share your number 1 each. We'll just keep switching off. We'll start with you first. What was your first one?
My first one is discipline for sure. Yeah, I've never been that disciplined in my life before, from just health and work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome,
Discipline.
man.
So what did you do? Like, share some of the things you did for your health that like you were really disciplined on? Was it diet?
Was it
Oh,
sleep?
training?
Was it?
It was diet and training for sure.
Okay.
So what I was eating every single day was 4 meals. I was doing 2 mass protein shakes and 3 to 5 protein bars a day and a
Yeah.
gallon of water.
Okay.
Oh, you got
That
dialed
was
in.
every single
Yo.
day.
You got dialed in.
And here's
For how long?
Hey, there was a day that
2.5
I saw
weeks.
Kyle eating some sugar eating the sour belts. I was like, bro, you got a fight coming up, man. You better chill out.
yeah. It was crazy because so when you called me,
Yeah.
I weighed 156.
Okay.
2 days later, I weighed myself 151.
Oh damn, you lost weight.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
I was training twice a day,
Okay.
about 3
Because you
to
were
4
supposed
hours.
to gain.
10 pounds.
Okay. What did you weigh on fight day?
151.
151. Still.
So all
Damn.
that food I was eating for
Okay.
2.5 weeks didn't help me gain. It just maintained that
Okay.
151.
Because you're going in.
Yeah, I was going
Damn.
in.
Okay. So you got good metabolism.
No, for sure, 100%.
All right. And what's your number one? What was it the first thing?
You have more in you than you think. And I think it was more so like there's moments throughout the fight I could have been like, damn, like maybe I just like take a knee. Like maybe like
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
those
yeah.
punches hurt, man.
Bro, I was right there in your corner. I could tell you
Yeah.
had that you were exhausted.
But the thing that really got me was like I've never been a runner. You know and you know and
Right.
you know and you know.
Right.
I've never been
yeah,
a
you
runner.
almost died once 2 years ago on a
Yeah.
5K.
So pushing myself, and I've always been an athlete, but like running and like endurance I've never had.
Yeah.
You were
So
knocking out 7 miles, just chilling.
So like hanging with Justin on those runs, there's
Yeah.
times I'm like, nah, I can't go anymore. But knowing and like realizing, shit, the moment I have no more in me, I got 3 more miles in me. So
Damn.
to see that and like to be able to push through that mentally, that was like my biggest, oh snap.
The mind stops before the body.
Yeah.
Always.
For sure.
Yep.
Always.
That's
Definitely.
good. That's
So that was
fire.
really cool. And that was like, to me, that was like a proven thing of like, I don't quit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
was just like a really cool lesson I learned of like, I don't quit.
Yeah.
That's
No,
dope.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's fire.
That's dope.
Number 2.
I would say perseverance for sure.
Yeah.
Perseverance.
Yeah, definitely. There was this 2 days before the fight. I went into the ring to spar with some dude. He's 16. Homie's like 6'3".
Oh wow.
He's like
I think
180.
I heard about this.
And I went 3 rounds with him. The first round, halfway, clocked me right in the face. I was seeing stars. I didn't know where I was. I was looking for. PJ was my coach.
Did he
I was
knock
like,
you down?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
And I was just like looking around. I was like, yo, what's going on right now? And I found PJ and I was like, yo, am I bleeding? Because I had boogers coming out. He's like, no, you're good. And then in that moment, the coach was like, you good? I was like, yeah. And then he's like, you ready to go? I was like, I didn't hesitate. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. In my mind, I was like, yo, I want to give up. I want to give up.
Yeah.
Like, this dude, I'm still hurting right now.
Yeah.
And then I kept going and I just persevered to those 2 other rounds for sure.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
tight, man. Number 2.
It's the process. It's
Yeah,
not, it's
yeah,
not
for
the
sure.
it's not the end result. It's the
Right.
process that you learn and you grow. Like it's not about winning sometimes. Of course we all want to win,
Right.
but like the lesson, the L can be so much greater than the win.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's dope. Give it
Yeah.
up. Fire. Number 3.
Yeah, I think the third would be trust for sure. I say trust because the first week and a half, I had a coach, and fight week he actually went to Seattle, so I had no coach for the last week.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I told PJ, I was like, yo, like, what do I do? And he's like, yo, I got you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'll set up a game plan for you, your workouts, whatever we need, I got you. So I trusted PJ to,
Yeah.
push me through that last week, and he really did. So I had
cool.
that trust in him.
That's
That's
dope.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
dope. That's awesome. 3.
Prioritize your health and your body.
Yeah.
And I say that because the last like 4 years after I stopped playing sports, I didn't prioritize my health and my body, and I was so focused on like my mind, my money, social, which is great and all, but that to now have my body and my health underneath me as like a core,
Right.
it makes everything easier.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've been missing that for a while, so that was honestly the biggest like mental
Yeah,
win
you
for
were
me.
going in, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so to have that like stability within like my physical being now, like everything else comes a little bit easier now,
Fire.
which is nice.
That's awesome.
That's really
Yeah.
dope.
good.
Really, really dope.
Mhm.
Number 4.
Number 4 would be just confidence.
Yeah.
It was funny because I texted PJ, my coach, and I was like, I texted him the day before the fight. I was like, yo, why don't I feel nervous? Why
Right.
am I not scared? And he's like, yo, you just have that confidence.
Yeah.
You're just locked in. You're focused. I
That's
set a
fire.
goal and we went through with that plan and just
Yeah.
that confidence really put me up there, next level for sure.
Yeah,
Do you-
man. You get pepper sprayed in the middle of the street. You know what I mean? Back to that. That's some good preparation.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
for
Do
sure.
you feel like getting almost knocked out, like when you saw stars a few weeks before, like kind of affected how you felt during the fight?
No.
Like getting pepper sprayed and like being in real deal moments like that
Yeah.
affected your fight?
No, for sure.
Because you'd been there.
Yeah, I've been there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, this dude almost knocked me out. And in my mind, I was like, yo, if I can take that, I can take anything else. For sure.
Right. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. But you're number 4.
So I really have 3, but a 4th one that I'll say is challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Throw your hat over the
Yeah.
fence, and dude, just even though there's a big loss that can happen,
Right.
You know, in the public eye, who cares?
Yeah,
like
man.
push yourself, see how
Yes.
far you can take something,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if you come up a little bit short, dude, for sure you got better throughout that process,
Right.
For sure.
And that's the
Yeah.
W right there.
Try new things.
You know?
Yes.
Try new
Yes.
things.
Yeah, go for
And so that
it.
was the thing. Like
Comfortable.
before the fight, I was like, all right, you play every different scenario in your head, right? Well, if I get knocked out, well, if I knock him out, whatever it is, you play it through your head time and
Yeah.
time again. And the consensus that kept coming to my mind was, this is a life experience that most people won't do,
Yeah.
and will never have.
Right.
And now when I watch a fight on TV, I know what's going
Yeah,
on.
exactly, yeah.
Like, I
Well, to
respect
see
it,
all
you
the
know? It's
people too that
perspective,
came
yeah.
out, like it was packed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
it
it's
was
such a
dope.
cool
It was a
experience.
dope night.
Yeah.
It was like win or loss, man. That was a cool experience.
It was a cool
So
experience.
dope.
Yeah.
So the question that I have for both of you, as incredible Southern California real estate agents, how do you think this is going to further your career? Like, what are you taking into your real estate career, and how has this experience in a boxing match elevated you as a real estate agent?
I think for me, it's like what I learned, what I always lacked was discipline. And now that for the past 2.5 weeks, I've showed a lot of discipline,
That's good.
improvement. So I think rolling into real estate, I can really use that.
Yeah.
And elevate my business to a whole new level for
Yeah,
sure.
bro.
That's good.
Absolutely. That's fire. That's fire. Kyle?
I got a crazy one. Mental stability. And I say that because there's a lot of, in business in general, I think people can get so seduced to being so business and money oriented that
Yeah.
they can kind of get ahead of themselves and lose themselves within the process and lose trust with their clients. With us, we have our core so down packed that we're so help you first.
Right.
And since we're good within ourselves, we can give you that help.
Yeah.
And we're not chasing the money. So
Yeah.
doing this and now going through it and proving to myself like, damn, okay, I do have my well-being now. Like, helping people is easy.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
quit.
You got
I
the
know
oxygen
that.
mask on
I
yourself
have
first.
the mental
Yeah.
ability to withstand some BS here and there. I know I can get through it and help other people at the same time.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's
That's
huge.
really
Make some
cool.
noise for both these dudes right here. Well, look, and we each are going to share a couple words, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. The thing that I wanted to share is really simple. Failing to plan is planning to fail. It is the first day of the last quarter of 2023.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. Well, no, second day, right? But this is Q4 right here. And real estate, as well as many other businesses, they're cyclical, right? So they all run in 90-day cycles. And so yesterday was like New Year's. This is the start. This is 2024. What I want to encourage everybody to consider is that there's nothing you can't do. It's just a matter of how much time it's going to take for you to make it happen,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
From buying your first home, to buying your parents' an oceanfront home, to traveling the world, to taking a year off, and whatever it might be. I strongly believe that if there is a calling that you have to do something, write a book, run a marathon, start a new venture, there is nothing you cannot do without a proper plan and without actually taking the first step and just going for it. It's just a matter of how much time is it going to take. And I think when you're really honest about how much time it's going to take, you can really reverse engineer that and say, okay, this is going to be 3 years. This is going to be a 3-year thing. Like Wifey and I always talk about, having a chain of boutique hotels. We talk about walking into Target and seeing like the Magnolia Home stuff, but then there's also KS and Alana Dawn. It's like, how long is that going to take? You know, and then we'll reverse engineer that. So that's my message for this week, is that failing to plan is planning to fail. And just remember, there's nothing you cannot do. It's just a matter of how much time is it going to take to make it happen.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Really
What
good.
you got?
Here's what I think right now. Like, we're going into Q4. It's the last quarter of the year. And maybe you are somebody who's crushed your goals. Maybe you've already surpassed it. But I think there's also a lot of people out there who maybe haven't accomplished what they've wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could be easy to be like, damn, the year flew by so fast. Now I'm at quarter 4. I'm not where I want to be.
Throw in the towel.
I'm going to throw in the towel and I'm just going to chill for the last quarter, and then I'm going to reset
Netflix all
January.
quarter.
You know, but I think maybe think of it this way. Like, maybe the first 3 quarters didn't go the way you went, but you learned a ton.
Yeah.
You learned, I hope you learned about, you know, and you reflected on why it hasn't been that way or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. And I think every day is a new day. So
Yeah.
here's a new quarter for you
Yes.
to start off and go crazy in
Yeah.
and do the things that, you know, you want to do, and switch some things around
Yeah.
so that you can get, you know, to where you want to go.
Yes.
And then come January 1st, you're not jumping into New Year's
Right.
resolutions. You're already lit.
You're in momentum.
You're in momentum. So
Fire.
let's go Q4. I challenge everyone to just do new things, meet new people,
So good.
look at it from a different way, and just go ham. And hopefully by Christmas, you're a little bit closer to where you
Yeah.
want to be, and you go into the new year with momentum,
So dope.
with energy, with fire, and and just have
That's
fun.
awesome, bro.
Yeah,
Give it up for that.
exactly.
Yeah, because I think it's so easy to tell yourself, oh, it's been a blah, blah, blah
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
for sure.
It's been a blah, blah. To say that is so crazy. Like, yo, it's over.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. Like, and that's honestly just a story, too. I don't care if you've been in prison for 9 months. Think about that. Let's imagine, actually, that's a crazy thought. If you were in prison all year and you just got out, you're now in total breakthrough.
Yeah.
Then that's like the worst thing it could possibly be. If you were sick for 9 months and you just now are able to leave the hospital, you're stoked. So no matter what it is that you might have gone through that has caused you to believe that this was a bad year or a bad month or a bad quarter, my request is that you let that go and you give yourself a little bit of grace. You give yourself a little bit of grace, and like, maybe you need to forgive yourself for not doing blah, 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 and like, don't carry any of that.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do is be better than yesterday.
That's it.
That's all that matters. Just be better today, just a little better today than yesterday, and that's it.
Yeah. I think
Close this out. Close this out.
something I just got back from Europe last week, and something I learned a lot about from just talking with family and just different perspectives was every single thing that happens or every single trait about somebody, whether it's good or bad, has an opposite side. So if this past year was maybe really difficult or full of a lot of hardships or lessons, you can either look at all those negatives or you can look at all those things, and literally no matter what it is, you can see the other side of it. So maybe this year you were broke like all year. The flip side of that, you can either look at, oh, I was broke all year. This was a hard financial year for me. The economy's this or that. Or you can look at it, wow, I learned so much, and I learned how to save. I learned how to spend, and I learned what was really important to me by not being focused on money. Now I can really, when I get money in this next few years, I know how to use that well.
Fire.
Maybe you were sick this whole year. Now you can really learn, like, wow, I learned about health. Maybe, like, you know, you did a huge fight, and whether you won or lost, you learned something crazy from that. That the flip side of whether you won or lost is something that can be positive. So I think whether this year was incredible or it was really difficult, I think don't just think of, okay, I'm just going to start over next year. Carry the things that you learned this year and really look at all the things you can grow from in the opposite direction and grow in a huge way in 2024.
That's good.
Yeah.
Fire! That's what I'm talking about. You're a great speaker. You must have awesome parents. Listen, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of our community. we're just going to continue doing different things. Like Kelly has her first Mom Jeans event. We're really big here on just helping our team tap into what they're really inspired about and then creating community around that thing. So October 14th is our next event, 8 a.m. at the KASE HQ. Keep an eye out for it. Bring your whip, whatever you got, or just show up and check out the bounce house. Face painting, pumpkins, and a bunch of dope cars. It is absolutely free. You just show up. No, you go cruise up on a bike if you want. Just don't scratch any of the cars, all right? We're going to have some gems here, 8 a.m. We love y'all. Stay focused. Stay inspired. In case you missed it, episode 10. Talk to you soon. Peace.